Ich dachte, ich kann die jetzt einfach trotzdem noch platt machen.
Still nothing, sir. Suppose there just aren't any thieves around.
Ach, so eine Scheiße. Ich glaube, er hat auch alle Wiederbelebungs...
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense. Listen. She's purring. The darling.
Einsetzen.
What fool would trust a two-bit
So ein
love
Kack.
potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore?
Wie kann ich jetzt eigentlich resten oder sowas? Kann ich das? Oder muss ich jetzt hier mit dem arbeiten? Wäre möglich, ne? Ich glaube, ich hau mir mal was zu essen rein. Effekte unbekannt. Ich hab doch hier den Teig. Den kombiniere ich. Nee, halt. Tomate kombiniere ich jetzt mal mit einem Hammer. Dann mache ich mir mal eine Pizza. So, Tomatensoße. Nice. Das hier und das hier. Ergibt die Pizza. Pizzateig. Ja, shit. Ich brauche mal eine Küche. Wo ist denn eine Küche? Ist da irgendwo ein Feuer?
So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes. Honest prayer for an honest God.
Okay. Aber ich sehe hier kein Feuer irgendwo, dass sie mir was zu essen machen könnte.
On the men.
Ist ein bisschen doof. Ich brauche irgendwo eine Kochstation, dass ich endlich mal kochen kann. Dann kann ich mir auch Regenerationssachen basteln und muss ich die ganze Zeit mit ihm hier heilen. Das sind einfach nur normale Legionäre, okay. Hafenlager. Tatort. Ja. Was ist das? Krämerladen bis auf weiteres geschlossen. Kann hier wahrscheinlich nicht rein, ne?
Under lock and key.
Ja. Dann ist das bestimmt auch alles verschlossen. Aber da drin läuft doch jemand. Ach, eine Ratte. Okay. Pass auf. Hier gibt's so bestimmt eine Truhe. Haha, da gibt's eine... Da gibt's eine Falltür da drin. Und die führt, entweder führt sie zu der Truhe, die wir da vorne gesehen haben. Ich markiere das hier auf jeden Fall mal auf der Karte. Hier ist eine Truhe. Und hier ist eine Falltür. Mal schauen, ob es hier irgendwo einen Weg rein gibt. Das sieht mir schwer. Da komme ich aber nicht hinter. Ah Gott, wie groß ist denn das hier? Ja, dann mache ich gleich mal nach das Haus hier. Mal schauen, was da so gibt. Das sind normale Legionäre. Und magische Ballista.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter.
Nice.
Be vigilant.
Okay,
I came them for a dry shirt.
the dead roam free. Ich weiß nicht genau. Oh,
Baking
warte
like
mal.
a cake.
Kombinieren. Kombiniere.
Toasty.
Nice. So, jetzt kann ich hier doch, glaube ich... Oh. Irgendwie was zu essen herstellen. Ja, Abendessen. Was kann ich mit dem Fisch machen? Auch ein Abendessen. Ich mach mal 6 Stück insgesamt. So, reicht schon.
It's heating up.
Schauen, was es da noch gibt. Wolf beschwören, okay, nice. Da haben wir noch einen Eimer. Ein Hammer. Was kann ich an dem Schleifstein machen? Kann ich bestimmt Waffen schärfen, oder? Muss ich mit dem rangehen? Handwerksfähigkeit, Fertigkeit nicht ausreichend. Okay. Ja, hier gibt es anscheinend ein paar Sachen zu tun.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Was hat er gespottet? Ich sehe es nicht. Hat er im Haus was gespottet? Tatsächlich. Gib mir den Rubin. Shit. Okay. Schauen wir mal, was das für ein Haus ist. Bestatter. Beziehungsweise Leichenhaus. Komisch, und hier stehen die Toten nicht auf. Wenn das nicht irgendwie so ein Naturdings da ist, dann muss es ja eigentlich von einem irgendwie fremden Magier kommen.
Oh, it goes to and fro the city's youth. They hustle and bustle, while I sit here stagnantly and watch it all go by.
Danke für die Info mit der Pflanze. Ne?
Oh, how nice
there.
it is of you. The very picture of youth. To break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench. Pray, let me be forward with you. O sapling rose, O leaf of spring. For my weary mind is troubled, and would highly prize thy gentle-handed assistance, thy kind ministrations. You would listen to my grievances, guide
Mal
me
schauen.
towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder, oh budding flower of the morn. Yet that which I would tell you is of a rather private nature. So let us escape both the chill and the eye of public scrutiny. Hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the King Crab's first floor. Let us go there so that we can warm our bones, yet make shiver our hearts with a tale of loss and sorrow.
Erste Etage des Gasthauses zur Königskrabbe. Okay. Einfach mal so die Leiche von außen sehen. Okay. Ich schau mal, ob ich da rein kann. Rein darf. Darf hier nichts machen. Moin. Auch hier darf ich nichts mitnehmen.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
Ah, der weiß es also.
This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Seal itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work nonetheless.
Okay, passt.
Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace.
Aber er hat uns jetzt nichts über die Umstand gesagt, ne?
What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why are you giving me the third degree? Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to run a business here.
Selber untersuchen kann ich nicht, ne? Okay, vielleicht müssen wir da einbrechen. Man weiß es nicht, man weiß es nicht. Ich mache jetzt erstmal hier die Häuser unten. Das ist die Leichenhalle, die brauche ich nicht extra markieren. Mal schauen, was wir dazu rausfinden. Ich finde es so komisch, dass der ich knack jetzt da keine Häuser auf der offenen Straße. Hä, hier ist verboten? Und hier darf ich? Ich finde es so komisch, dass der Leichenbestatter uns gar nichts darüber sagt. Sicheres Schließfach. Aha. Okay. Komm ich da rein? Ja.
What's this? I found something.
Oh, dick doch mal.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this gravesite.
Wir und unsere Schaufeln werden tun, was wir wollen. Vor allem die Schaufel. In der Stadt jetzt Leichen ausgraben, weiß ich nicht, ob das so geil ist. Nee, komm.
And a disgrace to whomever is maintaining this gravesite
Ja.
too.
Machen wir uns nur Feinde damit.
Step away from the grave.
Wieso sagt mir der grabt es? Das grabt es. Haus der Heilung. Mit dem Grab vorne dran. Mhm. Okay. Ich loot einfach alles, ne? Ich will zuerst mal noch das Haus kurz anschauen. Oder ist auch wieder verschlossen? Ich glaube, ich habe gerade gar keine... Okay, dann gucken wir doch mal das Haus der Heilung an. Das ist der Inhaber. Hier drin darf ich wieder nichts mehr machen.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves.
What?
But, no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst, a simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue.
Aha.
Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions.
Vielleicht kann man bei der was lernen.
I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it.
Aha, vielleicht ein Ring.
But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silver Glen to learn the truth myself. Certainly, what would you like to know? I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it.
Das ist bestimmt einfach nur irgendwo so ein
I
Magier.
declare it an act of the Almighties, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men. The Counselor, terrible loss that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know.
Okay, diese Frau hatte Affären.
Neither of you cares to please.
Sorry, but there isn't much work for sailors in a house of medicine. Unless one of them happens to have a secret stash of healing stones.
Schade. Ich dachte, vielleicht gibt's hier Heilung. Bisschen Arbeit für die Dudes.
Anybody? Neither of you
Darf ich
cares
rein?
to plead for his very existence. Excuse me, this is a private sick room.
Sorry.
Who in the name of the Sevens you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant.
Auch nichts Interessantes?
I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way? I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I.
Ich soll jetzt entscheiden, wer da lebt und stirbt. What?
What would you like to know?
Boris und Stephanos sind die 2 Kranken.
One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A
Yep.
young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away.
Okay, ein Kaufmann, der die ganze Zeit in gefährliche Gebiete reist.
Quite the venerable staple of Seal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less.
Und ein alter Mann, der in der Stadt eigentlich lebt und durch einen Unfall.
Nearly everyone in Seal is familiar
Oh, der hat halt einen Enkel.
with Stephen, and as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family.
Also, weiß ich nicht. So eine Frage ist halt super kacke eigentlich. Wer leben kann und wer sterben kann. Ich glaube, wenn man das nach einem normalen Standpunkt ausgehen würde, würde man den Jungen retten, weil der Alte ja nicht mehr so viel oder so lange lebt. Aber der Alte hat halt auch Verpflichtungen für seinen Enkel. Aber er hat bestimmt auch noch einen Vater und Mutter, der Enkel, ne? Also, ich glaube, ich nehme den Boris, auch wenn der ein Depp ist und draußen rumgerannt ist.
You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
In dem Krankenhaus sagt man ja auch nicht, ja, bist ein Krimineller oder bist ein Trottel oder was auch immer, was dir nicht behandelt. Genau, weil er jünger ist einfach.
Those men hardly sound long for this work.
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's wife, his children, his grandchildren.
Musste eigentlich immer dagegen klappern.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
Genau. Der hatte schon ein langes, erfülltes Leben. Auch meine Meinung.
If you'd like to kill Stephen,
Once again.
perhaps I'll let his family have at you when you deliver the news. I'll even loan his wife my favorite studded club.
Dang it. Okay. Dreimal Schere hintereinander. Dann macht das auch ein viertes Mal, oder? Ah, shit. Nice. Okay, dann würde er jetzt wahrscheinlich auf Stein gehen.
Those men are really something for this world.
No, we'll
Easy.
do as I say.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man. My heart breaks for the other.
Same, aber irgendwann musst du das mal machen. Kannst du nicht beide in dem Zustand lassen?
No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning?
Ow!
What happened?
What have you done?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Wer bist du denn? Okay. Kann man die anmachen? Anscheinend nicht. Die kann man wahrscheinlich bewegen, oder? Okay. Nee, dann sprechen wir mit dem Blut.
Terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
The end of space and time. Okay.
Perhaps my newfound comrade, but that is hardly our chiefest concern. We stand on a tiny vestige of space and time, and the ground is fast shrinking beneath our feet.
Deswegen schaut er durch irgendeine so eine Art Teleskop irgendwo weiter weg hin.
It's good you appeared, however you did it, precisely when and where you did, or you might have found yourself free floating in empty space. Oh, but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. Zix the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is, and hopefully all that is to be. Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened.
Der kommt halt echt nicht zum Punkt, ne?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
Quite mad.
Okay.
Then we'd better appease him.
Erstmal looten.
Have a look through the looking lens.
Erstmal looten. Prioritäten.
Another piece of trash.
Oh. Da scheint der Collider nicht richtig zu sein.
Another one for the collection.
Schnauze. Lass mich das Zeug einsammeln, was ich will. Jo. Gucken wir jetzt mal durch.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be?
Wie wär's mit der Belohnung?
You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence.
Ja, das ist natürlich eine gute Frage. Aber eigentlich würde ich zuerst durch das Portal gehen, bevor es sich wieder schließt, ne?
Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
Ja gut, dann fragen wir erstmal, was wir da gar gesehen haben. Irgend so ein Drachen.
Me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean.
Also the void.
I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side.
Ich hoffe, wir kommen einfach wieder zurück.
But don't, yes, just as I hoped.
Fuck.
There she is. There it is. Come, come, don't delay.
Jo, was? Kann ich da? Da hoch? Okay. So viele Portale. Aber das ist doch safe ein Portal, das wir jetzt freischalten, oder? Alter. Wie viele Portale es einfach sind. Die Statue ist echt geil. The Weaver of Time. Time Weaver. Ich loote erstmal alles weg.
I am the last chest. The last chest. The last chest. If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it. Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me.
4 Schwestern in 4 Reichen.
Milady, the weaver of time, mother of history, author of all that has ever been.
Wie er halb singt.
Indeed, Sir Imp, as surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding, unbelievable. I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
Ich finde sein Outfit ziemlich geil, auch wenn es ein bisschen an Cicero erinnert.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very...
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
Time Weaver, ne?
This is a
Schon geil.
question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane?
will eigentlich nicht unhöflich sein.
A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well.
Was mir?
So, not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters, it would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Okay.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm.
Also die Time Weaver, die erschafft quasi alles. Die Void will alles zerstören. Und diese Starstones können diese Zerstörung wieder rückgängig machen.
If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all.
Wir haben andere Befehle. Sorry. Mach das alleine.
Indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Sie, Senora. Aber erstmal looten. Gibt's noch Bücher? Ja, sehr gut. Also nichts mehr drin. No. Okay, dann kurz diese Quest. Blabla.
A moment ago we were hunting source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Vielleicht was Sixers und die Weberin sagen. Ich brauche mehr Beweise, bevor ich diese wilde Geschichte glaube. Wir können unsere Reaktion auf den Sternstein nicht ignorieren. Auch wenn es verrückt erscheint, muss an dem Ganzen was dran sein. Der Diego. Ja, ich glaube, der Diego will eher auf Beweise aus.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
Come, I've got something for you if you're up to the glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggests to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon, not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, you know, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Die Weberin der Zeit hat gemeint, dass sie dadurch, dass wir Sternsteine finden, wieder am Bilderteppich der Zeit weben kann. Ist es möglich?
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
True.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
Das weiß ich. Der eine macht es kaputt und der Sternstein stellt es wieder her anscheinend. Doch scheint ihr mehr zu sein als ein einfacher Imp und mehr als ein einfacher Historiker, ja.
Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the tapestry of time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. 2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent.
Mit meinem Agenten? Okay. Ist dann vielleicht so ein Sternenstein so die Ursache von den lebenden Toten? Maybe?
Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy. But of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress that void out there is causing me. The end of time. I'll be out of a job.
Also ich habe jetzt gerade nicht wegen seinem Gelaber gelacht, sondern weil ich gerade hier den Eimerhelm im Bild sehe.
So, gather those starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the void forever. Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies.
Er hat die Time Weaverin vorher aufgehört zu weben, oder was? Das verstehe ich nicht ganz.
This in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission?
Also ich will zwar nicht wissen, ob er sich einsam fühlt, aber ich mache es trotzdem einfach dass ich einfach alles komplett habe.
Lonesome, observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore. Lonesome, being privy to all that has been and all that is. Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly doesn't mind a bit of company now and then. Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years. I can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the sons of Sigurd. The last Rivalonian who remembers it died more than 7,000 years ago.
Und meine Bekanntschaft zählt nicht, ne? Das ist ein Arsch.
Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world.
Okay.
I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Okay.
What lies at its heart? Why? Nothing.
Aber ich kann hier... Ich habe hier trotzdem keine Kiste, ne? Muss ich jetzt eine Kiste mal mitbringen und hier platzieren? Nordtor, ruhige Strand, Ende der Time, Hafen. Das war Hafen, das war das... Okay, dann ist es, glaube ich, Nordtor.